We talk about the Suns and Clippers. Keeping them boys.
Okay. Phoenix, that's another 4 or 5 matchup right there. This is one where if everybody was held, if they had Paul George, I might have some more hesitation. But Ken, I'm curious to get your thoughts on Phoenix versus LA. I know you ain't gonna pick the Clippers on GP, but
yeah.
What are your thoughts on this series?
Yeah. I think it's actually gonna be a fun series to watch. So Paul George won't be back.
Not to start.
Won't be back for game 1.
Okay. Because I think he's the main factor of if the Clippers can possibly beat the Suns or not. So if he comes back and able to play at his normal rate, I feel like the Clippers will beat the Suns. Everybody, especially national media, is like picking the Suns to go to the finals or whatever.
Because of Kevin Durant.
But yeah. But I don't know. I still think they need time. I still don't think that this is their year that they're going to the finals.
Yeah, I see Shells has popped in the comments saying this is going to be Suns bench versus Clippers bench. And that's the thing. So, the Suns ain't got no real depth. Like, they are very top heavy. Mm-hmm. And the thing with Clippers actually do have some depth on their team. Like, they have some guys who can go on their bench. It'll be interesting to see how that matchup is going to be. And of course, to Mark's point, Kawhi versus KD is going to be excellent. I cannot wait to see it. I just really, really wish Paul George was here because
Booker.
Yes.
And then Russ on Chris Paul.
Yes.
And you had Zubac on Ayton. Like, that'd have been great. Terrence Mann coming off the bench. Come on, bro. Like, they would have had. That'd have been fun. That would have been fun.
It's still gonna be some fun. Like, you can see the Suns team and that Clippers team, but this is the series that I'm going to make my prediction last. I need to talk through this with y'all a little bit because I haven't landed on which way I'm going to go in this matchup.
Mm-hmm. Like, I have. I'm with you. Like, if Paul George is playing, I definitely would pick the Clippers over the Suns. Like,
see, I don't know if it would be even that easy for me if he was playing. Like, the matchup is so good to me.
They wouldn't have no answer for Paul George. Like, the Suns ain't that, like, defense like that. They ain't got that.
So, like, here's how I'm thinking it through, right? And, like, part of my issue is, like, when I listen to these national shows and podcasts and stuff, like, I'm kind of arguing against them. So, like, I don't actually formulate, like, my own, like, thought through. It's just, like, kind of like, yeah, but, like, to whatever they're saying. So, like, I'm trying to, I'm thinking, I'm timid right now. Like, I'm thinking this as I'm saying it. So, like, it may not make sense. But I think we'll get there. So, like, where I'm trying to break it down, like, is, okay, one side of the ball versus the other. So, like, Clippers on defense, Suns on offense. How does that look? And then Suns on defense, Clippers on offense. How does that look? And, like, I think most of the focus is going to come down, like, how do you guard KD and Booker with Chris Paul orchestrating and DeAndre Ayton lurking about? Mm-hmm. It's like, I actually don't have as much concern for the Clippers there. It's more so like, I don't know how the Clippers are going to score aside from just Kawhi being a Terminator, which can't happen.
Norman Powell can swing a game.
I would say Norman Powell is.
He is,
but that's not consistent. Like, I think,
but
it's a game.
It comes down to, like, are they hitting their shots or not?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which last year or the year before, like, they were one of the most efficient 3-point shooting teams of all time. Which, again, like, this era of offensive basketball right now is ridiculous. Like, there's, like, every year it's like, oh, this team is the best offense in NBA history. It keeps going, but that's beside the point. Like, all year the Clippers haven't really run any type of offensive system. It's just been like, go out and get buckets, which is what you need in the playoffs. But you kind of have a base level to say. I don't know. Like, I'm talking this out as I'm thinking it. I don't know.
I'm in the same boat.
So let me see if I can drive for a second. The Clippers, the players that the Clippers have, is some of the toughest shot making cats, like the tough shot makers. Even with Phoenix, and like I said, the Phoenix defense ain't really like that. So you have Kawhi who's gonna he'll pull up on KD, he don't give a fuck, and he'll hit that motherfucker too. Like, you have some of the which is why I give the Clippers the edge because Devin Booker is a tough shot maker. Yeah, KD is a tough shot maker, but I feel like the Claw I need him. Let me take KD, and I'm gonna be in this motherfucker pocket the whole time. Like KD still kind of getting his groove back. KD still kind of coming back into the zone from injury. KD is still kind of figuring out with the team. Who's better to disrupt shit than the Claw with KD?
All right, so Tim, I'm gonna do the thing that I do when I'm listening to the other show. Yeah, but can Kawhi do that to KD? Like we know Kawhi can do that to KD, but if he's tasked with doing that, does he have enough energy to carry their offense on the other end?
Let me ask you this though: who's gonna hold Kawhi, and who's gonna be able to do it efficiently? Because that's another thing to think about too. Like he is gonna have a Jrue Holiday dilemma, where it's like in the playoffs you're playing so much harder on defense. That's where your focus is. You might not have as much to give on offense, but also Phoenix doesn't really have anybody that makes me feel like, they can really stop Kawhi. But Kawhi is going to give KD some problems.
I don't think it'll be necessarily like stop Kawhi. I think it'll be like PJ Tucker, where it's like, can you at least leave them on an island? Like, they go get cooked, but like you don't have to send help. Like Torrey Craig and Josh Okogie, like you can sacrifice them to that matchup to where it's like, okay, at least play them tough, make it difficult. Like, he gonna cook your ass, but like we don't have to double team, which then leaves all the other shooters open.
Why go put his elbow on one of them motherfuckers' head and pull up, bro?
But again, like if he's guarding KD on one end and then has to like work to get his shots on the other side, it's like over 7 games, like can you tire him out enough to where it's like, okay, well, he run out of gas at one point.
I mean, that's why they need Paul George.
Ooh. I mean, hey, Phoenix has KD now, so that changes the equation. But we did see them, get taken down by a singular superstar last year with Luka.
They ain't get taken down by him. They won.
Dallas went to Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, they didn't play each other last year. This is the year before, the bubble year, and then the year the Bucks won the title. That's when they played.
I thought they played
Phoenix last year. Oh, you talking about Phoenix? Sorry. I thought you were talking about the Clippers. Like the Clippers.
Yeah, no, Phoenix. That's what I'm saying. Like we've seen Phoenix lose to a singular star team, but again, it's a different team with KD there. But
they don't have that bench though.
That's different. Like that was part of Phoenix's.
Also, the Clippers don't have a Jalen Brunson, so
they don't. They got a Norpile and a Bones Highland who's also punching people and pushing people. So
yeah, and I think Russ is gonna try to. Russ is the X factor.
X factor.
Yeah,
for both teams too.
For both.
Damn.
Either he gonna show up and show out, or he gonna show up and show out.
Yeah.
He was traded for Paul back in were you gonna say, Ken?
No, so he gonna show up though.
And he'll be there.
He gonna be for sure.
Okay, so we move off this one. If I had to pick today, Phoenix and the Clippers, I'm going to go Phoenix because of the Paul George factor, but I don't feel good about it. I really do think the Clippers can win this series.
At the moment, Paul George only got 1 game, so if he comes back game,
it's gonna be longer than that. Don't believe the hype.
I think it's the first series. I think he's not coming back the first series. But let's just say hypothetically, he does come back, say game 3.
It could change things, but right now we don't know that.
Also, if he's coming back, like, is he actually healthy, or is he just like trying to gut it out with a bum knee?
And based on what I know, I'm gonna go. Excuse me.
Oh shit! Playoff Pete.
Yeah. Podcast Pete.
I'm gonna go with the Suns, but much like the other Western Conference series, like I don't think it'll just be a wash like people are predicting. Like I've seen people like, man, the Clippers are dumb. Like they had a chance to tank out of this. It's like, nah, like that's a defeatist ass mentality. Like I get it, but it's like this team ain't been together long enough to be like, oh, they're a juggernaut. Like I want to avoid them at all costs. Like they played what, like 8 games with KD or something like that.
Yep, like, they won on 8.
They did. They didn't play nobody.
There's only 8 games too, so it's a very small sample size.
That's what I was saying. Like, if anybody can disrupt that flow, because he's still getting acclimated with them, he's still working his way back. In a hot series where shit's starting to get a little hectic, or your shot ain't falling early in the game, or like I said, Kawhi in his pocket or whatever like that. That whole team thing may kind of start flying out the window. Like, no, give me the ball, bro. Let me just go ahead and work this out, figure this out. Fuck what y'all talking about. Y'all ain't doing shit anyways.
They could do.
And then that disrupts everything. So
who are you going with?
The Clippers.
So
I got the Clippers.
I said
the Clippers actually.
2-2. I'm not mad at it. I'm honestly not. Like I'm not mad.
Until Paul George comes back, I can see Norman Powell guarding Devin Booker. And granted, he's not gonna stop him, but Norman Powell, like y'all was saying about Torrey Craig, and then Norman Powell closer to the Devin Booker size though. They are the Kawhis.
They probably gonna throw Terrence Mann at him too. In addition to Norman Powell, so they can split those reps.
Yeah, I was gonna say they got a bunch of options. Like that's the thing about the Clippers. Like, it's a lot of like-sized talent, but like they're deep as hell. Like you can just keep throwing people at them. Like that's why I'm like, you don't even necessarily have to put Kawhi on KD to start. Like you can kind of buy him some time, like hide him somewhere else and conserve his energy, and just keep throwing like Nick Batum, Marcus Morris, Terrence Mann, Eric Gordon, Norm Powell. Like just throw bodies at him, like throw different looks at him. Him, KD, Booker. Because like basically it's like force Chris Paul. Can you force Chris Paul to have to be a scorer in this situation?
If you can, you win.
Exactly.
Yeah, I forgot they still had Covington too. So
Robert Covington.
Yeah, no, I got the Clippers.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think that they're fine when it's like Suns offense, Clippers defense. It's like, do the Clippers have enough offense to make them pay on the other end? Because
it's gonna be a fun series.
Shout out Dunker spot, but it's gonna be a whole bunch of Chris Paul come here and guard, and I don't think that he can hold up anymore.
And then Russ ass running around Chris Paul and shit.
Russ gonna be blowing past that man. He's gonna be
trying to dunk on him.
For Russ to be his age, he is still so quick.
He's so quick. Shit.
He's so quick. And not Paul George, Chris Paul.
Not so much.
You're getting close to the cliff every day.